Hello and welcome back to
Hi.
this. Welcome back to the Gears of Hate. We haven't. Well, we haven't been online for a while, but that's because we took our yearly tradition of meeting all in the same room. Played a bit of Call of Cthulhu. Thank you to Gabby for that experience. I almost made it halfway. Well, almost made it halfway sane or insane. I don't know. Is sanity half full or half empty?
It's a perspective.
It's
Don't
all
worry about that.
yeah. Anyways, that was quite fun. And now I have got you back under my control here. So, um, anybody want to do a quick summary of what happened before?
We went down the stairs and found the entrance to the new
Yeah.
to the new level of the dungeon, and we came into a weird room with apparently some shifting mechanism.
Yeah. Okay. So, indeed, you went down a level. You went up a level. And therefore, now have found yourselves into a strangely humid.
All right, we're level 12 now.
Yes.
All right, we're level 12.
Yes, you are level 12. You are level 12. By the way, everybody, what the feats? What did you take?
Mage Slayer.
Yeah, Vroondomon, Mage Slayer, Paladin. Sorsha?
Shield.
I did not take. I did not make my. I didn't took my.
You
level.
didn't level up.
Okay, well, hopefully there shouldn't be much combat.
No, I'm gonna do it, but
Okay.
I kind of forgot about that somehow.
You see, that's what happens when all of a sudden you move to GMing. Is that everything else just
Yeah. Like usually it seems like a pretty big deal, but what the hell?
okay?
I'm gonna take care of it. Don't worry.
Okay, you look into that. What we do with the others. Heinrich.
Yeah.
I took alert, so we are not surprised, and I have a +5 on my initiative, so my total initiative is now +12.
Well, we know who's gonna be rolling badly. And Gale.
I took Shield Master.
Master, nice. Okay. Right. So, a couple of things as we're going into this particular level. I want you to be made sort of fully aware of what's going on. Because the map has no walls for the central part. While normally these walls are going to be fixed, these are large rooms where the walls go upwards and you will not be able to see through it. But because the map does not allow actually shifting of the image, you see everything. So what I'm going to do is where the doors are open from one room to another, as these things shift, I will put a red line. So in this case, let's see, I'll just... So in this case, for example, here... Whoop, I said red. Blue is okay. So right here, for example, this is in line. This is a line. These are open. Okay? So you won't be able to... When the gears will start to move, then those lines will move as well, and you will have other opportunities of exploration. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Kind of.
I just had to move a little bit because when you don't see the places where the lines are drawn, it's difficult to visualize.
Okay. Anyway, I will also say something, which is In between, as the cogs move, you do have, apart from the place where Sorsha is standing right now, there is enough space between I should cut it. The passageways to actually slip through the cracks and start walking on the outside of the rooms. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So, Sorsha, right now, the corridor that you're following is almost... there's maybe 30 centimeters between the walls of your side and the walls on the other. However, as you will notice, as you will go from the central room to the one to the left, for example, that one, there is enough space for you to maybe sort of squeeze in and go to the outside and escape the whole mechanism of the rooms.
Especially if I change size.
True. Now, what I will say also is that there is a constant sort of bubbling of water. There is the sounds of a waterfall nearby, and as you look through the gaps, you can see that these gears are set into an underground lake. Do I have actual music for this? I don't think so. Not yet. Nope, that's not what I want. Okay, let's just go back to this. But yes, you can hear in the background there is that sort of the sound of a most likely waterfall. There is current, as you can maybe see through in the dark. Sorsha, as you maybe sort of peek through, you can see that there is a very sort of dark water, which there's not a lot of rippling to it. It almost seems like there's something almost solid about the top of it. Like if there's a layer of scum or something that is sort of the water seems sticky. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And below the water,
It's thick.
below the water in the deep, you can see these various sizes, these dimmed orbs of light.
Huh. All right, let's not swim into that water.
I guess not.
We're still in the hallway. Are we getting
Yes.
into the room or not?
We might get into the room. We might also not enter the room and go wait for, a passageway to come in front and just step on it and wait for another entrance.
If they move by themselves.
Yeah, so I will say this. You as players, because I've had to sort of explain the mechanism of this whole thing, know that these rooms are going to pivot. For now, your characters do not.
All right.
You
Yes.
can guess because
They
there are
are
large
cogs.
cogs,
Yeah.
but the cogs for now could just be decoration for all you know. You might guess so, but you have not seen evidence that these things move or actually felt any rumbling that would say that these things have moved within the last few minutes.
Right. So, do you guys want to go through there?
So, to remind you, the room that you have in front of you is a 5-sided room. There is a series of there are plants that have taken over. These are low, sort of low brush jungle plants. So low ferns, very leafy fronds, and other moss that either have sort of gathered here. As I mentioned before, they seem sickly. This is the colors are less in the vibrant greens as you would have known, but more on the paler side, moving into yellow. There is the smell of rotting vegetation. So very much the smell that you would get, lifting dead wood. In the center of it, there seems to be a pipe emerging with a series of holes at its top. Yeah, jutting from the middle of the garden is a 6-foot-tall rusty sprinkler, and in the ceiling, above the sprinkler, you can see a 10-foot-wide shaft that leads to what you know is the level above.
Yeah.
And Sorsha, as you peek in, you can see that there is, to the north, you can see that there is another opening there. The only other entrance to this room.
All right. Can I use my detection to see what's going on around here a bit more?
Sure. Go ahead. Mm, 23.
Yep.
Now, I will say with a 23, you would maybe guess that this room is made to shift, but from what you can look around, nothing more than I've mentioned. So the vegetation in the center, this pipe, this rusty pipe in the center. And this feeling of wet, basically.
And that I might be able to catch up on that, right?
Yeah. Well, not really from where you are, but. Oh, thank you. Yes, we will be eating on stream. Sorry about that. We'll be sure to mute the chewing noises. Right. Yeah, you know what? If you crick your neck, you kind of maybe sort of look through. You do see there's a small dock leading up to a series of wooden stairs and a stone door, of which you would have seen the back of as you came down the stairs. Let me just remember what. Let me just get a description, because actually you notice that on the other side of the door, while the side on the inside was plain, this one is decorated. Right, so from what you can see, a worked stone column stretches from the bottom of the lake to the cavern roof and is attached to the nearby wall by stone conduit, the one that you took to come here. On one side of the column, steps of moss-covered stone climb up to a stone dock to a landing, whose stone door shows no handles or hinges. Ropes lash a pair of rowboats to the dock post, and a rusty iron cage wallows. And there you can see it as it sort of bounces and half floats in the water. You can see that the water stick to it, leaving sort of this grimy residue to it. Okay. And you can see Yeah, there is. Well, are you far? You might be too far for this. But you had sensed that there was something. Well, your detect magic is only 30 feet.
Yes.
So I'm going to just see. You had detected magic on the other side. 35. Yeah, I'll give it. Yeah, there's a yeah, the stone door does not actually appear to have any particular design or something like that, but you know there's something there.
All right. Guys, definitely not water. And definitely not. And there's
Oh, it
books.
is. No. As I mean, if it wouldn't take much for you to test either with the stick or the piece of wood, it is water. There's just a film of something above it.
Not just water.
It's not just water. Yes.
Okay, let's go.
Yes.
All right.
What is this thing in the well?
It's a
I'm gonna say
sprinkler.
That's
middle.
the sprinkler.
Ah, okay.
Know if it has any kind of use.
Yeah, I would say Vroon by the smell of this place, the anything that I mentioned, sort of the it's an empowering rot of vegetation. The Sorsha underneath your feet as you climb, it feels very much like a fall a fall forest after it's rained. You know, that squish of wet and disintegrated leaves.
It's maintained. All right.
Like I'll
Unless you want to look at the sprinkler, I should suggest we explore a bit more.
yeah, I think Vroon will like do a little bit of a dig into the vegetation underneath and see what's underneath it.
So as you sort of how do you do that? Do you go by hand? Do you by just move around with your foot?
By hand, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. There's about maybe 4 or 5 centimeters of just this vegetation. And after that, you literally hit. I was about to say hummus, but you understand what humus. So it's soil basically. There's mulch. Yeah, there's the vegetation, mulch, and then you do find a very dark soil basically. But well, if somebody wants to make me a nature check, if they want to check for something, but
I mean, sure, that's not gonna do
If
much.
Vroon is, yeah.
I'm really looking into it.
3 in nature.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow. I
Yeah,
have no
Sorsha,
idea.
you are not looking at that. Vroon, throughout your exploration, you realize that most of the plant life here, even if it is sort of topsoil vegetation, it is vegetation that would need both water and sunlight.
Right.
And while it is sickly, it is still quite vibrant. The roots are well set in. It, as you look, if you were to make abstraction of the smell and the plant coloring, this would be you putting in your hand in the soil, topside in the jungles of Chult.
Right. So there's probably also some kind of enchantments that will cast sunlight in this room or something that's so that the
Or
vegetation.
really good fertilizer.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like if it needs sunlight, then it's like we're 5 levels on the ground now.
Yeah, definitely. No, you haven't seen actual sunlight in days.
No.
While he's looking at the ground, Gale is going to have a closer look at the water.
Okay.
Just get a hint, get a feel of what the water could be, why it would be so sticky. Is it some algae? Is it some magic phenomenon that happened?
Okay.
What makes that water viscous, and is it actually toxic?
That's going to be a lot of information. So
No,
make
but
me a
that's what
knowledge
she's
roll.
that's what she's wondering.
Yeah. What? Make me a knowledge roll. So your choice of nature, arcana, history, whatever.
Medicine.
You've got bonus if you taste it.
I don't know if that's a bonus, but
I mean, I am resistant to acid damage, but
I'll remember that.
I'll have a nature check. Okay, 15, not too bad.
Okay. How do you proceed? Do you touch the water or you just look at it?
I do have the ship water cantrip, so I'll probably, with my cantrip, take up a little bit of that water, bring it to me, try to stretch it, see what kind of organisms are in there. Is there anything living in there? What kind of and then I'll probably slightly put a finger in it just to have a feel, and just
so you're
kick it
trying
off.
to. Okay, there's a moment. You take. I'll say that you maybe take. It takes you 2 tries. The first, because as you're trying to gather the water, it basically bursts through this sort of this filmy layer above it, and then you're going, no, I actually want a sample. So you go in and sort of scoop some with regards to what it sort of feels like, have any of you heard about what a hagfish is?
No.
There are these eels that basically produce a very thick mucus around them. I recommend that you all sort of Google right now hagfish and kind of see what it does. It's a pretty amazing creature. But it's basically, it's this very thin, maybe half a centimeter, so fairly thick, of just mucus that has sort of set itself on top of the water. The rest of the water is fine. It is fairly clear. It would be consistent with an underground, with sort of underground current, let's say, or underground lake. As you maybe sort of look through, you use control water to sort of, again, to maybe separate or to split the slime, and you can see that it is deep. And you do have these sort of phosphorescent, well, no, actually not phosphorescent, these are luminous crabs that seem to be either walking on the bottom or swimming. What's your passive perception, by the way? 19. There's maybe a moment where you, as you're manipulating the water there, you just catch maybe some sort of shape or shadow that moves through your line of vision. You can't really see it because the slime sort of covers or blurs the vision up. But yes, there is
In the
something
water?
moving. Yeah, there's something moving at the bottom, and it's big.
Okay. I'll go back inside once I've done my experiments and say, okay, guys, please warn me if at some point we have to dive into the water. It's actually pretty clear once you've passed the slime layer that's on top, but there's something big down there.
I mean,
I
it'd be
suggest we do not enter the water.
when I say big, this would be the size of maybe a shark, something along those lines. So it's big fish, right? It's a big shadow, but it is not kraken size. If that makes sense.
Oh yeah, Gale is absolutely okay with that.
Okay.
I mean, I remember what happened to the last shark I saw.
And that one was a mutated shark. So. No, this is not great white. This is more maybe tiger shark.
I'm pretty sure there are predators in those water.
Yep, let's not. Are we finished with this room?
I think so. Let's not test the sprinklers.
Okay. So I'm
Yep.
gonna try and check the second.
Okay. Here, Sorsha, you are hit with a alkaline, acidic smell, which Vroon almost you need to dig a double,
Squeeze
I
my
mean-
trunk closed.
Sorry?
Squeeze my trunk closed.
There is a sort of a double take to it. Let's see. The walls are covered in riveted sheets of iron in a way that you haven't seen anywhere here in Chult. This is pure industrial kind of riveting. The stone floor is pockmarked and has a large puddle of gray slime in the middle of it. You can see that. You can see it there in the image. There are friezes along each wall, so that would be these particular things right here. Along each wall, just beneath the ceiling, depicting 5 black dragons. Right. And actually, with a 30 perception, once you go in, yeah, I need to stop giving you information about traps or whatever if you do not at least go close to them. Let's put it that way.
Just give me what I am.
I just did.
range. Oh.
So yeah, alkaline smell, black dragon freezes, and this large pool of gray slime, which is Gale. You would see it's kind of similar to what you had, though much thicker. So this is maybe 2 or 3 centimeters thick, rather than the scum that you had at the top of the water. It's actually similar to what you found, to what you had lower in the corridor previously. Same kind of slime.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
I'm not really feeling it, guys. Like alkaline, water.
What
I
about
feel
it?
a bit like, and cogs, I feel a bit like we're in a big battery of some kind. But
How would you know about batteries?
we've been to the house of,
They
what's the
don't.
name?
I doubt they showed you alkaline batteries and how they worked.
They show us a lot of blueprints and
N-
prototypes.
They showed you the
No
prototypes, but
batteries?
no
Alright,
batteries.
so forget about that.
No worries.
Well,
Though I will say this, it's interesting, interesting comment, interesting comment. The fact that you do not know anything about alkaline batteries is not linked to this particular puzzle or room or whatnot. This is not a battery, so
I am more worried about the depictions of black dragons. I'm expecting acid. I
And
think
slimes.
black dragons use acid breath, right?
Yeah.
Well, do you want to go first?
Uh, well, I can
I mean,
keep my
if we're
shield up.
talking about acid,
Right. Moving aside.
I might be the best one to go in first.
Don't go too far though. I only could see the first part of the room.
All right.
I mean, Gale, you would know that the best people to send in first into an acid trap are fighters because they're basic.
We do not have a fighter currently in our party, so
That is a joke for all you chemistry nerds out there.
Well, I think what's his name again?
Biff Longsteel?
Yes, Biff.
Technically, he's an NPC. He doesn't have a class.
All right.
Anyways, I'll just hop on the platform on the other side. I don't know if there's a gap and we have to be.
There's a bit of a gap. It's nothing.
We have to mind the gap.
It is nothing too problematic. You know, it's 20 centimeters. It's not even a. It's long step rather than a short jump. But here you notice that this is where you could potentially squeeze through the corridors and get to the outside. And here you can see the cogs of this room and the previous one sort of intermingle. Sorsha, with that 30 perception, you do see that there is wear and tear on the cogs, indicating that these have moved. These do move. They're made to move.
They seem to just go in circles.
Apparently, yes.
So I'll slowly, step by step into the room. Have a look at the slime thingy with the dragon over here, since it's the closest one.
Sure, make me a investigation check.
Why not perception?
If you want to do perception, go ahead.
No,
But,
it's okay.
so-
I did my investigation. It's a 7.
Yeah. So you do notice that the freezes are not individual dragons, right? These are sort of in every frieze there is a sort of a multitude of them, ranging between, you're not exactly sure, but you can see most of the heads. You're maybe 4 to 6 of them on each side. The number doesn't really matter for this. But every single one, the head turns towards the viewer. And with a 7, well, I mean, it's actually, I'll say that as you sort of step through, you're not exactly sure. You realize just a little bit too late that these, the mouths, are actually openings.
I figured.
Yeah. Of course.
And when you say just a little bit too late,
As in, she would have to look, and she sort of does again a double take and go, "Oh my god, this is a trap," and maybe maybe sort of steps, 2 steps back, but nothing happens.
I am fully assuming that every room here is a trap.
You would be
Yeah.
correct. And what took you so long?
I mean, I already thought that 4 levels up.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But nothing happens as I
No,
as I
no-
step in.
No,
right?
nothing happens.
Carefully try to make it to the other door.
Yeah, I'm a bit suspicious of the big gelatinous mass there in the middle. How clean is the room?
It is not. I mean, it is rusted iron.
Yeah, okay.
You're literally in a 5-sided iron box,
Box.
riveted box.
Okay.
Do you want to use your decanter to wash it away?
Or do we not disturb anything and just slowly step around it? But and the heads are turning, right?
No,
Towards-
no, they're not turning. They are turned towards. So in the freeze, you can see that the dragon is looking at the person who's looking.
Okay.
So it would be the equivalent of a dragon sort of looking towards, from away from the wall, and then there's the spout underneath that would spit whatever would be there.
Well, the decanter is not a bad idea. I'm going to use it to actually produce a geyser and aim for the thing in the middle, the slime
Okay.
in the middle. Seeing if that would activate some kind of trap, and eventually, if everyone starts spitting acid or something like that towards the middle.
Okay. You basically put your Karshar on.
Yeah.
And you start basically cleaning. It is the slime. The slime moves heavily, the same way you would sort of have to sort of push it away. But it seems to react as if it were just slime and not a slime. If you're getting to that,
Yeah.
yeah, it is. It does not react like anything alive.
Yeah. Or conscious or
No.
whatever. I mean, 30 gallons of water is quite some weight as well, so there's no reaction to the weight of the water coming into the room.
Neither weight nor pressure. No.
Okay, good to know.
But I will say that a lot of the water sort of settles where the slime is settled as well.
Okay, so it's a little bit concave.
Yeah, there's a little bit of concave right there. It's not. Yeah, it is. The slime has set in the center sort of naturally.
I look up.
Yeah, actually, here's the thing.
Like, just to make sure that there's not like that it didn't come
Yeah,
there
yeah.
from the ceiling, and it's always hard to look up.
Okay, interesting. As you look up, What you do notice is that there is first of all, there is a ceiling. It's about maybe 15 feet up, but about a foot underneath the ceiling, so the walls come down for about a foot, and you can see that there's a narrow gap, maybe of 5 to maybe 10 centimeters, where the ceiling and the wall don't touch.
So the ceiling stays in place.
Yes.
When
The
room turns.
implication is that the ceiling stays in place while the room can rotate freely. You do not see anything above.
Okay.
And I will say that the riveted iron stops at the gap. So you can maybe see, if you illuminate the ceiling, it is made of stone. The same stone that you saw in the previous room. And that you guess is underneath the iron here in this one.
Okay. Yes, we try to make our way across. There probably has to be a way that these rooms can be moved.
Yeah.
We probably need to be in another room that we can't reach now, but
Before that, would you mind twisting that?
Isn't that a sprinkler hanging from the ceiling?
No, it's from the ground.
Oh, okay. My bad.
My point is, for now, the trap seems to be deactivated, but what about we kind of break that one? So
well, if the trap's not activated by if the trap is not activating by us going into the room, then perhaps we should first explore the hallway on the other side of this one before we
Destroy
activate something.
anything.
as you wish, but remember that it might also activate without us realizing.
True.
And if that's the case, we'll have a trapped room.
I am fully assuming that the room that you are standing in right now is also not a nice little greenhouse.
That's why I wanted you to twist that spring.
To trigger a trap.
Not trigger it, like crush it, so no water
Oh.
comes out of it.
I see. I felt with twisting I understood something very different.
Yeah.
Really?
Wait,
Okay.
but that is not the sprinkler, if I understood correctly. The
Yes,
thing
it
in the
is.
center. But it's coming from the bottom, so like it's bottom fed and it sprinkles too. Oh, okay, yeah, now I get it. I thought you were talking from about sprinklers, and so I thought
It is not set into the ceiling, no. No, it would not be able to be put in the ceiling because just above it is a 10-foot wide hole to the level above.
Right.
Which is what I think you see the checkers,
the
check marks,
square. Yeah.
the square. That is underneath that is the hole in the ceiling.
My bad.
No worries.
I will head back and go closer to the sprinkler system and have a look, like what kind of material is it made of, like, because
iron.
It's not going to be easy to just twist that closed with my bare hands.
No.
I mean, I'm very strong, of course.
You actually might think you might. I mean, this is iron, so it might break before you actually bend it.
Right.
Besides, if there's any one thing that you know as a Chaltine is that water finds a way.
Yeah.
You put enough pressure behind water, it's going to find a way to come through. But not a bad idea.
I will just say to Sorsha then, like, I can try to bend it, but it might break.
We have a way to stuff it. Be something like that.
What I could... The thing, like, I could also put some acid or something else on it,
To melt it.
but then it might still blow.
Yeah.
Unless you
Alright.
have proficiency in indoor plumbing, I doubt you're going to be able to do this.
Well, I have plumbing on my face.
No, but couldn't I?
Agreed. Go for it.
Okay. Like a sleight of hand, a thieves' tools.
No, this is not a luck. No. Tinkering tools, smith tools, maybe? But I doubt... I can't see you lockpick an iron tube.
Just trying to jam it, really. Like, if I can disarm traps, that's where I was going at. But if you say I can't, I can't. It's all right.
I mean, yeah, sure. You can try.
With thieves' tools?
I mean, this would be not with thieves' tools. This would most likely be clothing, as in you maybe sort of plug all the little holes of the sprinkler. But there's no... You don't see any valve. You don't see anything to sort of close it shut. You know what I mean? It's a tube with most likely what seems to be a burner at the top that would redirect water. This is a fountain, basically. You can imagine water coming in and sprinkling out to the environment. This is
Okay, so I would probably I'll tell you what I would be what would be my approach.
okay.
If I can't bend it in any form, maybe with ropes, maybe with fabric, I would like tug some in a way that would have some hindrance on the sprinkling. So water might come out of it, but not as hard, not as fast, so we get some room to react, at least. Would that be alright?
I will say in this Gale, you'll be able to appreciate on this is that if there's sufficient pressure, anything you put in is going to be evacuated. The only thing that you are not going to... It's not going to be... I mean, we've all done this try this with our showers, which is if half the openings are closed, the pressure is double on the others. So you might be able to cover... if you cover everything, it's going to explode. If you cover 3/4 of it, it's going to come out that last quarter with all the pressure that was normally assigned to the rest. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So, what exactly are you trying to do?
Well, then I would probably try to redirect most of the pressure away from the corridor where we would be coming from, so we get a bit of room to react. Ooh.
Okay. Yeah. I will make a note of that.
Okay. Thank you.
It takes a little bit of time as you are either climbing on Vroon's or Zal's back, because this thing is 6 foot tall. You know, le pommeau. The sprinkler itself is about 6 foot high, but yeah, it takes a little bit of time, but yeah, you can sort of and yeah, there's you find that above there is rust, but it's not. It doesn't seem sort of acid marked like what you saw in the other room, right? This is just water. It's an iron pipe, but and there's no smell, no particular smell coming from it, other than the ambient smell that you have. I'll give you that.
If you want, I can pour some honey on it.
Honey.
Well, that's or mayonnaise, but I think honey would.
Oh, with your jar, right? Huh? I think it doesn't need to be greased, but all right. I'm done.
If it needed to be greased, I would have suggested oil, of course.
I was gonna say honey's not gonna grease it.
If you grease your things with honey, Sorsha, I understand why you would find yourself in sticky situations quite often.
Well, I never said what.
Okay, then.
Let's change rooms. If you please, I want to take a closer look at those dragon traps.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say that again. You are pretty sure by the smell, by the residue that is left on the. You can see that each one of these mouths, in essence, is not a jet of acid, but more sort of a diffuser. So what these necks would fall is not a jet of acid, but literally a sort of a mist, a spray of acid, and from what you could see, most likely would maybe fill the room with sort of this some sort of gas.
Let us move out of this room as quickly as we can.
Yeah.
By the way, Gale, for image purposes, unless you tell me that you specifically try to wash the room out, the slime is sort of settled back into the center of the room.
Yeah. That's gonna take a little bit of a long time.
I can add 12 gallons of seawater.
Yeah, no, that's not the problem. It's I have a cantrip, but oh, you know what? While Sorsha took some time to tinker with the sprinkler in the first room, I probably was cantripping the slime with the water away and through one of the openings.
That is going yeah, okay.
I added 30 gallons of water, so
which actually, what you would have noticed is that so like again, the water slips in, lifts the gunk up, and then sort of you understand that there might be an evacuation for some sort of a drainage underneath inside.
So it drains.
Yeah, it drains, but the slime is too thick to get through it.
Okay.
By the way, have all of you seen what a hagfish can do?
Yes.
Yeah.
And stirring the water a little bit so that the slime is mixed in and easier to.
It does not go through. It is just
no.
It's no.
But look, at least I remove all the water from there, and the slime stays probably in a better shaped puddle, but that's it.
I mean, fair. Look, anyways, yeah. You know what? Make me a. You know what? Let's make make me a spell attack. Because you're using your cantrips to sort of move this stuff around.
Oh, I might roll twice, but I'm sorry. Yeah, okay.
Okay, 13. Yeah, sure. Okay. The puddle might be just reduced in size, right? So it's it's not the full it's not the full around, but just maybe the center ones.
Yeah.
Sorsha, will you lead the way?
I'm at... Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry. Up. I'll perceive.
You will perceive.
24.
I mean, it's
Corridor.
it's a corridor. Some of that same slime is there in front in front of you. Other than that, there's not really any key features.
Yep. I guess now there is.
Okay. Yeah. Could you roll me, Sorsha? Could you roll me a d10?
Sure.
Oh boy.
D10. 4.
Okay. Have you ever had? Were you ever? And I'm talking to the player here. Were you ever stung by a jellyfish?
No.
No. Okay.
How?
There's a moment where, as you sort of step forward, there's no real way of doing anything else, but you sort of try to step sort of gingerly, but you put your foot in the slime, basically. And at that point, there's a feeling of hundreds of little sort of pinpricks of something sharp, literally needles that sort of just jab at you just towards the back of your head. You take 4 points of psychic damage. Do you have any resistances or such?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, and however, at the end of the corridor, I am going to tell you what you see. 61.
My
Yeah.
reaction would probably to freeze it. To pass it.
Freeze
as
it?
Reaction.
How would you freeze it?
I think I can with... no, Precipitation can do that. It's the other spell. Control water, I can make it.
Sure. It's not water, so it wouldn't really, unless it says liquid.
No, control water is very specifically water. Shape water is very specific towards water.
Okay.
Is it living or not?
It is not living.
So I can move it with Prestidigitation, 1 cubic foot of non-living matter. No, I can chill, warm, or flavor. Not that.
You can make this slime taste good. Yes.
Yummy.
Nice, perfect. Who
For,
wants
y-
lemonade?
for you, the world is tofu.
The world chocolate box. No.
I'm guessing. I'm guessing that you took a step back.
Probably then.
No, because every 6 seconds I'm rolling a d10.
Oh. Yes.
Something stung, reflex, yeah, you get out of it.
You can hear her swear and That shit is still active in some way. Gay, can you do something about that?
I mean, do I have any sense of knowledge of some creature or algae or whatever that could sting, a sort of slime that stings?
Make me an Arcana check.
Can I offer a help action for that also?
Sure. You've got no recollection.
I took survival for some reason, but yeah, no arcana or no nature check.
Heinrich, you want to go have a go at it?
Sure.
There you go.
So that is a crit. Ever since you stepped down here, actually no. Ever since Nugget stepped down here, through his senses already, that slime had been something to stay away from, something a bit dangerous. You're not exactly sure why. There was an instinct to that. As you stepped down and saw it for yourself, you started thinking that this was a strange sort of goo. Maybe something in your mind that reminded you. There's something at the back of your mind. And you sort of avoided it. But when you saw Sorsha grab the back of her head while stepping into it, you realize that this is not a slime. This is not a... No. Plus, add to the fact that Gale mentioning that there was something in the water. There was a beholder in one of the levels above. A Sararak has a tendency of using things to sort of... on that natural 20, there is no way you would have known anywhere else if this was not a natural 20. But what you're thinking is you might be in presence of an aboleth.
So you see Heinrich thinking, and then his face becomes more white, and you see he starts to rub a very old place where a certain stone, a stone was, and he clasps, and he starts to breathe a bit, very stressed. He's like, "No."
There's also, and I'll say this because you reminded me, you were indeed one of the wielders of the Stone of Galore.
Yeah.
So when I mentioned that there's something in the back of your mind, it's the same kind of pressure, the same kind of presence that you felt holding the stone. Something aboleths, you know, throughout your research when you're studying the stone, you know, have an aura of sorts. Though you would not have noticed it immediately because it doesn't seem to have had an effect. Doesn't look, apart from the splashes of slime here and there isn't the telltale markings of reality shaping that aboleths might have. And you don't see the cultists that aboleths usually attract. Unless Withers had something. But no, this is... So maybe there are things that push you towards an aboleth, and there are others where you're going, there are things missing for it to be an aboleth.
He's mumbling with a white face, like, wait, but that's not normal. Aboleths? these factors are here present, and you see while he's explaining, you see that he's clutching literally the place where the Stone of Galore was, and he's clutching that while he's talking non-stop in front of him. Like, yeah, but it's impossible. What? Gale, how big was it? The thing in the water?
Medium shark?
Yeah, let's not go into the water.
So, an aboleth is, from what you would know, is large, not huge. Right, so these are not very, very big creatures. They're about the size of Zal. Just squiddy.
Again, let's not go into the water. So we can jump over it?
So this is going to be a bit difficult, considering the bend of the whole thing. You would need to get rid of it with other means.
I'll Ray of Frost it.
Okay.
Knowing what it is and hearing the idea of Sorsha, I'll just do start to cast Ray of Frost at it to freeze it over.
That's a cantrip?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, as you fire off in this sort of fairly narrow corridor, Vroon putting himself to the back, Sorsha doing the same, and you sort of fire through. Yeah, the slime sort of flash freezes. And as you test it, with the bit of your boot or maybe the edge of your sword or whatnot, as it crumbles, it literally sort of it crumbles away. Yeah, so that particular puddle is no longer there.
I turn to the other ones. Do you want to remove the other slime in the middle of the room?
Let's do that before they become a problem, or we have to run through it.
I'll do the same thing. Ray of Frost as much as I can. And you see that he's...
Yeah, you spent a minute or two.
Yeah, but it's a very worried face, like, oh no, I don't like this. I don't like this place.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, as I said, it doesn't take you long. About, again, a minute or two. The flash freezes, the slime sort of... Yeah, it's gone.
Alright. Well
I'll tell against Biff and Lucanu while we're doing that, like, if you see any slimy substance, don't walk on it or it will hurt you.
Hey, sure.
Hey, a warned man is worth two.
Yeah, no, of course. Look, just following you along, boss. Whatever you need.
Don't call me boss. Heinrich is already fine, but don't call me boss.
Sure, Chief.
Can you speak command now?
No, this is Biff.
Biff.
Ah,
You see him just like going forward and like, okay, I'm starting to stay nice. I start to be respectful. And he starts to bitch a bit at the same time, but he continues with the rest.
Respectful. You have not been respectful to him. You realize that, right? Or does Heinrich actually believe that he treated Biff with any sort of respect? That the four of you have treated him with any sort of respect?
I know how I treated him.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He's trying his best to be as respectful as possible.
Right. Okay.
In his own Waterdavian way.
Nobles, what you gonna do, right?
Of course.
Has
So-
Vroon been disrespectful to Biff?
I don't know.
I mean, I will let you. I will let you go back and watch the VODs if you want to exactly. But the idea that at any turn where he's going, dude, I was on a mission, and you basically pushed him aside.
And refusing literally the quest item, the lantern, of like, yeah, no, we're gonna keep it for ourselves and we're gonna study it later. Is yeah.
Yeah. So yes, when you mumble something about respect, he's just going. Okay. I think Gale, you would notice this. So back to Sorsha and the next room.
Sounds like a title of a book.
I mean, yeah, that's your dungeon. That's your Sorsha in the next room, a dungeon manual.
What does this room look like?
So, a 4 foot wide, 4 foot high, 7 foot wide iron lectern, in the middle of a rusty iron plated room is topped by a slanted control panel. Set into the control panel are a gold lever with a star-shaped handle, 2 dials in red and blue, and 2 buttons of the same color. Wall engravings behind the control panel show 5 groups of circles, with a small crystal embedded in the wall under each one. The crystal under the configuration labeled 3 glows bright green. There are 3 6-inch diameter rusty iron pipes that jut from the wall above the engravings. And actually, I have a handout for you
Nice.
Ooh.
to
Yeah,
actually
because that was
show
a
you
lot of
what it
Yes.
is.
A
There we
lot.
go.
I didn't follow everything.
Okay, so we are in configuration 3 of the.
Yes.
What's up with those 3 spouts?
Yeah, what substances?
Probably.
There's something dripping from it, but
I feel like that's the slime.
yeah, but it
Oh.
seems like it's to fill this room.
Oh, that looks so cool.
Oh.
Neither of you have Papazotl, Unk, or Wongo.
No,
No.
if you look at the configurations of the rooms, like there's someone who needs to stay here. So that's someone who needs to be pretty good by himself, I would say. Because I guess there would be shenanigans.
We can already enter the room and
Yeah, because we're still in the hallway, so we don't see anything actually.
so let's go inside and
Let's get in.
take our time to.
Okay. So there are no other exits to the room? And what's...
There are no.
are those the pipes?
No, the pipes are above here.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. Actually, sitting in a pile of this gray goo, is a skeleton with a strange
Shaped.
shaped
Yeah.
head.
Head.
Basically with his bony fingers sort of strapped into the hand, sort of sitting forward.
I mean, we want those keys.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
So I'm just gonna like go around the console because there's, a
Maybe
puddle.
you want Heinrich to freeze the goo first?
Well, if I just hit it on the head.
Oh, it is. You don't even need. You can grab it, twist, and it just comes off.
Oh, well, as long as his head is not covered in goo,
No, it is not.
then yeah, okay.
So currently you have I believe that's your 5th one.
Yeah.
D?
Yeah.
Need to check.
I know we have a triangle. I know we like.
Yeah, that's the 5th key.
What shape is this one?
I will tell you in a second.
Right.
So, you have a triangle key, which you found on the first level.
Yeah.
The second level was a square.
Huh.
The third level was a pentagon.
Right.
Then
This is a hexagon?
it was a hexagon, and this one is an
Yeah.
octagon.
Right.
And actually, do I have... Yeah, I actually do have the... I can show you. Here's the whole family.
Oh, they're cute. Well, ish.
Yes, you can see that these skeleton keys are of a good size, right? They are...
Yeah.
They are a human head and...
Chunky
Yeah.
boys.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So, yeah, I'd like to investigate the spouts at the end of
Yeah. So
room.
as expected, the spouts, you do indeed see a piece of this goo, basically, that you've encountered earlier. Sort of. It's just solid enough to be sort of sliming over the edge, but yes. You guess that these spouts would be releasing.
Projecting.
We'll see.
So,
Yes, inspection of the pipes reveals traces of the same gray slime found in puddles throughout the level.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how the panel works. Like, it seems there is 3 positions to the blue button, the blue switch, and to the red switch, and then buttons. And then a lever.
and the lever. Yeah. I mean, I touched one lever in this dungeon, and that was not a good idea. So I'm gonna let someone with trap knowledge handle those things.
It's weird because that's a lot of position for only 5 different positions, if you know what I mean.
I mean, pull up the handout again.
Like,
Uh.
there's 5 stone positions on the wall.
Yeah, but
But
6.
if you look, no, there's more than 6. If you combine it,
Yeah, 3 times 3, 9.
So we are now in the star room.
Yes.
To the north of the middle room, there's another room as well.
So we know that, yeah, and the bottom of the middle room is the hallway.
Yes.
So that's open. There's a...
And then there's a third room which also has 2 exits.
Yeah, but this one only has one... No, has 2 exits?
This room has 1 exit.
No, sorry, the last room, the third room,
Yes.
the one we had in... Yeah, has 2 exits also, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, both
Logical.
rooms. Yeah, both
Makes
rooms
sense.
that you've. Yeah.
They all 3 seem to have 2 openings.
Indeed.
the more I look at it, the more I want to go around the cogs.
I mean, fair. That makes it way easier.
Plus, my intention is based on the fact that there is way too many options with no clear indication, which means a showed traps triggering, which means a lot of damage.
There is one thing though.
Yeah.
We went through rooms that were connected. What if the traps are activated in the rooms that are not connected?
I think it's very likely that the traps will be triggered once the rooms turn. So when you try to make your way from one room to another while someone here pushes a button,
Get the 2 traps.
you will be faced with at least the trap of the room that you are in.
If you want, I can spider climb and scout a bit, like outside of the cock rooms and.
I mean, we can. The passage is large enough that we can squeeze through. It's not gonna be the most comfortable, but it's possible.
And it is going to be very slippery.
Yeah, no, slippery. Yeah, I'm not a fan of. That sounds like dexterity stuff.
Yeah, nasty dexterity stuff.
Yeah, but we have like boost for us. I can inspire you. Gale can
Yeah,
tap
but
your shoulder. Heinrich can spider climb. I can even put levitate or flight on us if needed.
yeah, the
Well,
thing is, you would need it to do it for both of us and maybe even some of our companions. I'm not sure that the Minotaur has the best balance either. So that's going to be a lot of people to take care of and a lot of resources used.
yeah, no, I will not make this comment because I'm seeing something due to the walls.
What are you seeing?
I'm realizing that I wouldn't be able to see it, but like I see something in the previous room.
What, here?
Yeah.
What, him?
Yes.
That's all Minotaur.
Oh, okay. I couldn't see what it was. I just saw like a large circle with, and I was like, oh.
No, that is Zal. That
Okay.
is, he is a. I was about to say beefy, but yes, of course, he's a fucking Minotaur.
He's a beefy.
He's a large slab of meat.
Was it he or she? I don't remember.
Zal is male.
Yeah.
At least that's how Perkins wrote him.
Is there like any other? Is there any like? I'm gonna check the walls basically.
Okay.
Oh, I might help you with that.
Oh yes. But
I will say that with your resident trap finder, there is no other exit in this room.
Alright.
Okay.
The problem is,
Yep.
if Let's wait. Let me have another look at the configurations. Control. Zoom in.
You want me to show? Want me to open it up again?
No, I've got it, but
Okay.
like, I'm just I wish I could. Oh wait, I can zoom in a bit more.
During the break, I will put you the full image in our Discord. That way, I think you can get a better. You can zoom in a bit more if you wish.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay when you click on the picture and it gets bigger, but...
The problem is that none of these configurations allow us to walk from this room
No.
to the third room.
Someone needs to handle the configurations, and you have some
Yes,
people to
but
handle.
one of us would be left behind.
Yeah, the
Or
only,
has to slip to the outside.
from what I can see, the only configuration that allows you to access room, the third room, is the is the number 1.
Yeah.
Yes, for which we first need to. We need to have people in the second room.
Mm-hmm. Because there's no way to access the second room once it starts to shift. I would say maybe one of someone dexterous like Sorsha should stay to handle the buttons. We go back to the second room.
But first we need to figure out how these controls work.
I might also, because as I said, there's probably a lot of damage here, and I'm not the best tanker. I can also transform into a giant spider and assist you with web to go through the cogs. Like, so you have a safety net. That work. We don't.
It's a creative way to use web, but
don't hear
web normally spikes you to a wall or to a surface. So after that, you're not able to move anymore.
No, I mean like keeping it connected to me and then to you, so you have a link, or you use a rope. I don't care. Like that way, you have a stable position.
If you want, I can leave my unseen servant here if you want, and they can handle the buttons. I'm gonna check the spell. I'm gonna check the spell to be sure, but
I'm pretty sure you cannot order telepathically your unseen servant.
That would be so cool.
I can do that with Leroy, but
oh, Leroy's gonna be great for moving those buttons.
Leroy, with his wonderful hands, will be able to.
His teeth. I can't assure you that he won't break it, but he will. He will put his.
This is stone and metal. He's not going to be able to break it.
I am just going to show you the spell, but apparently I can send mental commands to it. But it's from 6. If I'm 60 feet away, yeah. But if I'm 60 feet away from the servant, the spell ends.
Yeah, that is true. I think we have more than 60 feet over here. Yeah.
Yep, that does not get us past the second room. The first room, even.
I think.
Here's what I. Well, go ahead, Heinrich. What do you think?
That the one that is dexterous in evading traps and that are more stronger in other capabilities go do the rooms, and I want to propose myself to, well, how hard is it to turn a button, you know?
Yeah, the problem is we don't know what happens when you turn the button, so I suggest we understand how the mechanics work by turning the buttons, and then we put it back in the position that it's in here. That way we can go back to the room, the central room, and at that point, once we've understood how it works, we can put them in the configuration that we
Yeah.
are satisfied with.
I
But
suggest that's a good idea.
first we understand how the commands work, and we're all together if something happens and we need to fight off slime or evade a trap in here.
I would suggest that we also invite Zal and the others into this room, so they are not in another room when.
Yeah, they don't take free damage.
Yeah, or in the hallway at least.
Because
Hey guys, come here.
Zal is definitely not fitting through the passageway to the outside. He is stuck within the corridors.
But he managed to get through all the other corridors.
What I
so
mean
far.
is he would not be able to slip through to the outside portion of the mechanism.
Oh, right.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Because he's a large creature.
Yeah.
Same way, that's what I was saying when I was muting myself, a giant spider would not be able to fit because it is a large creature.
No, but I would be able to change outside.
True. But just so you know.
But
yes.
would it work? That plan.
Let's get all the others in here before we fuck around with this machine.
Yeah.
All right. Did you clean this up?
Yeah, I would have said if Heinrich, if you could just freeze the slime that we've got here.
Pew 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 pew
Pew pew pew pew. It is clean.
Thank you.
Right. So. What do you do?
Not feeling it. Okay.
Yeah, well, at some point we're gonna need to activate those things, so...
Alright. Can I try something?
Always.
You pick a position you want to try. I would like to put my ear next to it and examine and try to detect how their choice will influence maybe the cogs in here to understand better how to turn it.
Can we try to plug the pipes, the 3 pipes above the thing?
You wish to do so?
Like with the other thing, I might as well try.
Maybe with the shield of Lucanu?
I feel
They're this big.
we need to stuff like cloth and,
Yeah.
and honey, I guess.
Honey.
That is an opportunity to use honey. Yes, the natural glue. Yeah. Sure. I mean, if you're looking for, you've got. I'll say that you've got stuff, which you can use to sort of stuff these 3 pipes if you wish. Yeah.
Okay, I'll sacrifice my cloak only if someone after that cleans it up.
Oh dear!
Are you
I'll buy
stuffing
a
your
new-
whole cloak inside? Or
I'll make you a new cloak that's even magical, Gale. Don't worry.
Prestidigitation?
Yeah, I was thinking prestidigitation.
Yeah. Is yours a special cloak, Gale?
No, my
No,
cloak
okay.
is just a cloak. It's my armor that's
I'll
magical.
clean it afterward. Don't worry.
Okay.
No clocks.
Okay, it takes you a bit of time, but with the resources that you have at hand, it is no problem to. I mean, if anybody has mending, they could you could tear up Gale's cloak and then remend it later.
Yeah. I have mending.
Yeah, there you go.
Like I feel that one cloak will probably cover one hole. Like I will also give him my clothes might actually take
Your
up a
spare
bit more.
shirt. Yeah.
It's as long as the break or tear is no larger than 1 foot in any dimension, you mend
Yeah,
it,
fair,
leaving
okay.
no trace. So tearing up, cutting the cloak into different pieces is not mending is not gonna fix it.
Cut my
Now
cloak
you know
into pieces.
you know what actually this is something a discussion. A tear down a cloak, for example, a large piece of fabric would not be you would not be able to use mending. However, if you continued to shred it up into squares, you would be able to fix it.
Yes, you just have to still attach the two halves that you've started.
Anyways, where was I? Yes, so the 6-inch diameter. I don't know what 6 inches is, but yeah, I think it's 15 centimeters. 6 inches. Yeah.
Yeah,
something
pretty
like
much.
that, yeah.
Pretty much.
So yeah, it's a good. You could
4
fit.
inches.
You could
Yeah.
fit your fist through it. Yeah, I will say that with, as I said, you fit all three plugs nicely.
Okay. What do we start with?
I feel like the mechanism is going to be some sort of shift the buttons in another position, because right now they're both straight down the middle. I don't know what the buttons are for, but I think the fact of activating the lever might be the thing that actually shifts the rooms in the end.
So, do we start with just turning the left, like the blue dial?
Why not?
So you said why not, Heinrich? Any idea?
Not enthusiast to the idea of playing with the buttons.
Yeah, but there's a moment we need to do something so we can test. As long as we're here safe, we are good.
Safe.
All together.
All together
right.
at the same time.
Yes. Either we are all in danger or none of us are in danger, but
You are in danger. You are in danger. You are in a lich's dungeon. You are in danger.
Yes, the moment we enter.
We're doing the Simpsons. I'm in danger.
Yes, very much so. Yeah. This is fun.
As long-
So blue.
Yeah, I guess turn the blue dial on the left.
Okay. So as you reach for the dial, you start to sort of move it again. You're moving it to the left, or to the right.
Towards number 1, I would say. No?
Oh, sure. Then to the
On the
left.
wall. I'm
It's
gonna
closed.
say 1 is
Okay.
left. No?
So
Yeah.
as you start, you handle the blue button. Well, no, not the blue button. The blue arrow. Was it the dial?
Yeah.
There we go. You do feel sort of a slight resistance to it. Nothing too blocking. Just you feel like if there was a spring in it, and
Okay.
as you push it all the way to the left, it sort of bumps and resets to the center, and the green light is now under position 2.
Okay, so that does. But did anything change behind us?
No, there is no. As you wait for a second, there is no noise, no vibration, nothing that indicates any movement or change, other than the green light moving from 3 to 2.
Do
Right.
it again, just to prove a theory, because only once we don't have a pattern.
Yeah.
But if we turn to the left one more time and the green light lights on number 1,
Let's try that.
As expected, again you pull you feel the resistance, it moves to 1, and the dial resets to the center.
Okay, so it's left on right, but then only one button should be enough.
so what's the second button for?
Yeah.
I would bring the light back to number 3. So if the logic keeps, it should be 2 times to the right.
Uh,
Indeed, it is.
Okay. And now that the light is back in the center, let's try the red button. I don't know.
the red
The
switch,
red
you mean?
dial, sorry. The red dial.
Okay.
See what that one does.
I'll turn the red dial to the left.
To the left?
Yep.
Okay. Same as the blue button, right? As in, you press it, you move it, you feel that slight resistance of a spring.
Yeah.
And as it clicks in place, it sets right up. All of you, except Sorsha, in your mind, you hear a, "What now, Gora?"
What?
You see, is it that same pressure that I experienced in the past, or is it just a general?
I would say this is no. This is more. This is cleaner. This is. Make me an Arcana check quickly.
Bippity boppity boo. I love magic too.
Yeah, 19. This feels more like a sending spell or a telepathy spell,
Shit.
right? So this is not the same feeling of that invasive kind of communication the Storm of Galore had. This is over a telephone rather than somebody whispering in your ear. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it Gora? What do you want? Wait,
What the hell?
you're not Gora, are you? Who are you?
Who are you?
Oh, I have not heard that question in a long time. Let me just get you the name.
Okay.
I had it. I am Rule.
Ah, yes, of course.
And your name?
Does Ghoulie Rule ring any kind of bell?
No.
No.
You see
Unless if
Heinrich-
you cast Legend Lore now, no.
You may call me Xan.
Well, Xan. If you wish to be called that. And who were the other two with you? No. 2, 3, 4. Ooh. Wait.
And I'm sort of going to the rest of like, are
Six
you guys
of
hearing
you.
this?
And Biff is sort of nodding. Zal is nodding. Lucanu is sort of trying to shake her head, trying to find the voice. Her blade is out. The only person who seems to be confused is Sorsha.
I'll do a quick to Sorsha.
Right.
6 of you, then. Though some minds seem different than others.
We are we are very different from each other.
Of course. And so what are you doing down here? And what have you done with my beloved Gora? Has he allowed you to come down and visit?
Who is Gora?
Gora, the caretaker of this place. My prison guard, as well as the only conversation that I have had in quite a while.
Withers?
I do not recognize that name. Oh, no, I do. Yes, Withers. That is what he is nicknamed and what he is called.
That is a long-ass telepathic message, though.
Are you thinking about that? Anything?
Yeah, I'm probably Gale is probably thinking, yeah, that's a lot of power in that message.
The thoughts of Heinrich are shit.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
Gale has a background of oh shit.
shit.
At some point, Sorsha is probably casting detect thoughts on the mind of someone to see what the fuck is going on and spy on.
As long as that ring is active, you cannot use that spell.
As without using a spell slot, you said.
No. We mentioned that ring blocks telepathy.
Like, I have it at free will if I take the ring off.
Yes.
Yes, so
But
if you
But you have
I've
it on.
always been able to cast the spell.
Not sure about that, but okay, fine.
With a spell slot, like,
Anyways, the only thing that you would be able to hear is the person's emanating. You're only hearing one side of the conversation mentally. Unless, I mean, what is the range of detect thoughts?
check. That's magic. Uh, 30 feet.
30 feet. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, at first you ring detect thoughts, and again, you can sort of ping the 6 people around you. But then you feel coming from beyond the room, there is a bigger presence, right? The sort of a almost the same way as with a magnet, you could sort of a compass. You could tell where the mines are. All of a sudden, the magnet, the compass just goes woof. And no, it doesn't move. It'd be the equivalent, not the needle moving, but the compass itself. As in, there is a much greater mind
Okay.
on the outside, most likely swimming in the water.
All right.
So I think you would hear. No, well, detect thoughts is actually on 1% at a time. So who are you fixating on?
The person that looks less panicked, because they will probably have a conversation then.
I don't know about that, but yeah,
That would be her.
her theory.
Yes.
You know what?
You have to
I'll-
start with somewhere.
You know what? And to simplify the whole thing, Yeah, okay, here we go. Let's see. I mean, it says a two-way telepathic link between the creature in this room and the other creature. I will say, for ease of roleplay, that all of you were basically in one chat room. So
Okay.
you can all sort of hear what you guys are talking about. So all of you are sort of overwhelmed with the shit coming from Heinrich. Lucanu is it's basically not here, not there. There, where is it? Where is it? Magic.
Basically,
again.
we're all going like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, there's
Feedback
definitely
loop.
there's a bit of Larson at some point. And Sorsha, you were basically looking at somebody's screen from over their shoulder, right? You were spying in on the conversation, unknown to the rest of the conversation, but cannot speak. You are a parasite to this conversation.
We shifted the dial to the left, right?
You shifted to the
one.
left, yes.
Yes.
Gale's gonna still thinking. She's gonna be thinking we need to do something, and put her hand on the dial and show shifting it to the right without doing it. Just show the movement and look at you guys. Like, am I doing this or not?
Why is one of yours so obsessed with fecal matter? Is this something of a new fade? I know that age has
It's
passed.
a human thing.
Oh, that is why. Yes, I see your minds differ now. Human.
You just see
Not
two eyes
all of
going towards Vroon like, hi. Nice
yes.
to meet you.
Two human minds, yes.
Two human minds?
Well, yes. The other one I can see is partly Jinn, wired and differently. Luxodon, definitely. I've had conversation with many of your kind. You are quite adamant of philosophy. Is that still true?
Two.
No matter. I'm guessing that if you have gotten down here with Wither's permission, it is to ask questions. That is the only way he would actually act on the machine. Or have you come here without his permission? You have!
You could say
You are here clandestinely. And completely unaware of my presence down here, though I believe one of you knows more about my nature than most people who I meet.
You just hear mentally, eep!
Do not worry, little mouse. I am just here, bored out of my being, and with new conversation. So please, let's talk.
And I think at that point, Vroon sort of turns to Gale and goes like,
And I'll And while that's happening, I will say, well, what would you like to know? I can explain some arcane theory if you want, or I can share my things about what I studied recently, or I can talk about Nugget if you want. And I start just to blabber all the nerdy wizard shit that I can in my mind, try to sending too much messages at the same time to make the focus on me at that moment.
Yeah, you just hear. I think Lucanu's reaction inside of the back is going to. And I thought he was loud when he was talking. Biff being very silent. Zal pretty much. It's sort of. He's present, but he's sort of basically confusion, and trying to talk over this sort of din of thoughts until sort of Lucano sort of ease your mind, sort of battle thoughts, and Zal sort of okay, and sort of Zal goes into sort of almost a meditative meditation like. State. And so yeah, and Sorsha, absent, of course.
But she's watching all of you. Very dedicated.
Once Heinrich starts to blabber and Vroon tells me, do it, I'll try to shift the lever on the right, see if that changes anything.
Oh, the lever or the dial?
The red dial, sorry, on the left.
You move it to the right?
Yeah.
There's a pop, almost like your ears popping out of pressure, and the spell ends. But just before the... Wait, no!
Alright. So let's not try that lever again.
Hold on. It did say something very interesting.
That it's talking to widows.
No, there was something else that bothers me.
That we're here to ask questions?
No. I think we. There were some things that.
Oh yeah, there are definitely some things that are interesting in what he said, but what did you?
I would like to ask Lucanu and Heinrich and Biff to step towards me.
I step forward.
Good catch.
And then he'll go with his trunk like on their heads, like 1, 2, 3.
Lucanu looks confused. Biff is sort of looking, going, you want to share with the rest of the class there, big fella?
2 humans.
Heinrich, I am very certain that unless he has been taken over by something else recently, is human. Which leaves me to wonder between the two of you.
Lucanu, remember, is not understanding a word of this.
Oh, I will also say it in Jolteon then.
I think Lucanu looks to you and going, her reply is, I do not know what that thing was. I do not know how it entered my mind, or I could hear your voices in my tongue. But like any spirit, I would not trust a word that it says.
The thing is, it seems quite knowledgeable about the minds it was communicating with.
Still. So this is still in Chaltian, right?
Yes.
Okay. Lucanu replies, as do most beings. The spirits knew many things when they came and called themselves gods.
This is not a spirit.
You do not understand this, Heinrich.
Fuck, it's hard to the...
I know. That's why I repeat it. This exchange is in Chaltian.
Okay.
But if you wish,
My question to you is, and then I think I can safely say, I will sort of eye towards Biff while
okay, yeah.
I'm saying this in Chiltian, because I'm not sure if you speak Chiltian, but I will ask Lucano, like, are you human?
she sort of there's a moment where she sort of what? Why is this? What's this question coming from? Let me see. Can I roll here and tell me? Did you just see the roll that I
I'm
just did?
keeping a look at
No.
Biff. I'm
Okay.
keeping an eye on Biff, like not openly, but you know.
Sure. Let me just check something. Lucano's answer is, of course. Why is this? Why do you ask?
I mean, I of course kind of know the answer to this puzzle, but I'm
Yeah.
trying to roll. And like I'll check. You see Vroon sort of fingering his ring.
Yeah.
And then goes like, very
Yeah,
well.
that's true.
And then he turns to Biff and goes
turns
like,
to Biff. Yeah. And
Biff. 2 humans. Are you human?
yes.
That's my ring. Like this inside check and
Go ahead, make an insight
Yeah.
check. You could even, if you wish, use your passive +5, considering that you have advantage with the ring.
Yeah.
As you wish.
I'll just do it with advantage.
Okay. Right.
That's 20.
Just to be sure. Yes, so that is true. So, yeah, the ring does not react.
Okay.
Yeah, let me just show the folks at home exactly what. I mean, you know, because you all know out of game, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Just so happens that doppelgangers have advantage on
Deception.
Deception, and he rolled a natural 20 for a 26.
Huh.
So yeah, he broke through your ring.
Yep.
Look, buddy, I get it. But look, you know what? No. Starting to get tired of being considered like an intruder here. It's no. Look, I understand. Right? I understand the scrutiny. I also understand that you decided to trust the thing there rather than me.
explain to me that me asking you and your fellow human is scrutinizing you more than the other. Heinrich,
Okay.
same
yeah,
question.
sure.
Are you human?
He thinks for a second. Well, yeah, I'm human.
Right.
Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna have you roll for this because, both out and in game, we know the answer to this. So.
Yeah, like it's just it was just a moment where I could have figured it out. I don't, which is fine.
Yeah,
But
no,
now
you're good.
now it's just like now I'll
No,
just
no.
be a little bit cautious about all three of them.
Fair. Okay. Okay. You know what? Yeah. Right.
We're all a
Overreacted.
bit stressed here with all the straps.
No. Sure. Maybe I jumped the
You were
I jumped
defensive.
the crossbow a bit quickly. Okay, I got it. Right. Just that as of now, it seems that I mean, I get it. Buff lady, I'm just me, right?
Trust you as just as far as I can trust the buff lady. I do not know either of you for longer than a day. I do have a bit more trust in the companion that I've traveled with for.
No. I'm just by the way,
Heinrich, how long has it been? 2 years? Yes, 2 years, right? Something like that.
No, it's been what?
A ye-
Less than 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we've seen some shit in 6 months.
Yeah.
It's been 5 years our time, but
Yeah.
time is a soup. But Biff sort of said, wait, but coming to that, we're 7 of us. It said 6. Do you think it didn't count the big guy, or?
Oh, I have a good idea who it didn't count. The person who was not aware of any voices.
Hey,
Oh, you just Right. Okay. Interesting. Right. So, but it didn't count you, human.
Me.
No, her. Nor her. Pointing
didn't
to.
see me. He didn't see me.
I think it didn't
Oh,
count her
right.
at all.
Yeah. Yes, that makes sense.
And then Vroon sort of wants
And then-
to
and sort of-
continue that sentence and goes like, and then he looks at Sorsha and like.
He didn't see me.
And. Oh, right, the Jin thing. That's
Yeah.
you.
That would be me. Genasi.
Right. Oh, that explains the.
The
that,
water beads
yes.
and the
Yeah.
I'm not exactly hiding it, but in case
What-
you had never met a water genasi, well, that's what we look like.
Well, I just thought you were a sweaty person with a condition.
F you.
No, I mean,
no, she's not gonna
literally.
say that. But
Literally, I spent time with a chaos sorcerer. He would regularly turn blue, and at some point he just liked it.
Yeah, no, it's from birth.
Good. Good for you. I don't know what to say. But yeah, sure. Right. Okay. So what now?
We have more buttons and switches to.
Try.
Right. And we're not contacting the big.
Let's not.
He seemed.
Yeah, well,
He
let's-
kind of seemed chatty, and you think that cutting the short might not go so well with him.
We could just turn it up again and say, "Oh, sorry, false
We
manipulation."
we didn't actually know what the buttons were going to do, which we did
Yeah.
not.
I mean, that. Look, I have no idea what that thing was, or what was going on precisely. But look, you do you. You can.
If
I'm just here alone.
If it is what Heinrich felt, well, and we have to cross its territory, and it's pretty neutral. I guess let him finish his sentence before turning it off.
We
Maybe?
are literally in.
We might get information out of it. Probably more than it will get out of us.
I'm not sure about the more than he would get out of us, but yeah, okay.
So, who wants to talk with?
I mean, it seems like when we turn the button, everyone talks with him.
Yeah.
So shall we?
Yeah.
Just tell me if something happens. I'll get in touch.
Okay. I
And
don't
as
know
you
what
go
mean.
to the button, we'll go to break.
Okay.
So, for all of you, stretch your legs, get something to drink, get something to snack if you need to, and for you watching at home, we'll be back in a few moments. See you then.
Bye.